What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today we are here to talk about the 12.1 update, and I think a lot of people have had a lot of questions and been saying a lot of really mean things about this update. I mean, to be honest, some of the things that have been said, I feel like it's kind of fair, because some of these updates are kind of really bizarre. But today I want to talk about how this update has changed the game, and I also want to talk about all of the errors that have come along with this update. Now, all of these errors have been reported to Bandai. They know these errors exist, so it's just up to them to fix it, so we'll have to be a little bit patient with that. But I want to go through all of these updates and just give you guys a bit of a rundown as what you can expect with these updates when everything is running fine. What will be going in your favor. So let's go ahead and just talk about probably the biggest update, at least in my eyes, to the change in One Piece Treasure Cruise, and that is the update to the friend system. Now, there are bugs which we'll talk about a little bit later on in the video, but just specifically talking about the update to the Bandai Helper Captain. The fact now that the Bandai Helper Captain will copy whatever captain you use, whatever it may be in terms of cotton candy, limit break, level, everything is copied. Level, limit break plus, everything is copied. Another thing that you can notice is that we have multiple support captains here. Now, what has happened is if we go to our crew menu, all characters that are in our crew menu, so we got lots of different captains we can choose from, each and every one of these characters are going to be selectable at any given point in time when we go and choose a team. So we'll go back to the adventure real quick, we'll go back to here, and you'll see all of these are characters that I actually currently have set as my captain. So I can use any of them as the captain, which is a fantastic choice. So you'll see in the top right hand corner, this is a way that you can filter your friends list when you go into content. And if you filter by time, all of them will go to the top. These are all of the characters that you can select to be your friend captain that are your own characters you've used on your other 8 teams or 7 teams, whatever it may be. So that's a fantastic update. But you can also do a couple of other things, just in case if you guys didn't know. Most of the time I have stuff set to same captain so I can find the captain that I want to get. But of course with this update, I may be filtering by time a little bit more, just so I can set whatever friend captain I need as one of my other captains, and I can locate it very, very easily. But then there's also the added functionality. So if you sort by added, anyone that is classified as a guest captain, which I believe you can see here, only 3 will show up at a time. But this is very good for finding, Usopp, for example. I needed to find Usopp friend captains for the recent Kizuna clash that came out, and if you do that, it makes them, filter to the top, which makes them a lot easier to find. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a rundown in terms of the friend list and how you can best optimize it to, build the teams that you want to build for content. Another big functionality with the game was the introduction of the Claim All Mail feature. Now, it's a little bit hard to show you guys exactly how this kind of works right now because I only really have one mail to show you, but in the bottom left-hand corner, there is a Claim All button, and by clicking that, it says that we can go ahead and pick up the mail, and you can only claim up to 20 mails at a time, but by doing so, it makes it so much easier to pick up all of your mail. Now, I believe there are currently a few bugs regarding this particular feature, including the fact that if you have, some people that have requested to be your friend and they're currently still in your mailbox, if you click the Claim All button, apparently it will not function correctly. But some other people have reported some really strange things. Some people reported that when they clicked the button, it actually crashed their game. Someone else was also reporting that when they clicked the Claim All button, that they actually didn't receive all of the items that they were supposed to get from their mail. I don't know if there is any credence to that particular claim, but just wanted to, make sure you guys know just some of the issues that people have found thus far. And if you guys have any other information, definitely leave it in the comment section, because it's just very bizarre. It's just stuff that shouldn't be happening. But the Claim All button, when it is all up and running correctly, is a good feature for the game. Some other things that have been occurring with this recent update is a couple of additions to the daily login bonus. Now, personally, I don't really care too much about this one, but with this, you can see you actually get a lot more items. So you got, for day 1, you got lobsters, berries, you got 100 cola. So that's really good if you're just starting the game. Being able to get access to a lot of cola really quickly is a nice addition. Forbidden Tomes, cotton candy, which is a nice addition, almighty manuals, some boosters and evolvers. And, it's just pretty typical stuff. You got level limit breaks, or just limit break stuff here on page stage 3, which I think is pretty exciting. Pretty typical stuff, but it's always nice that we get a free gem per day and we get some goodies every day. Nothing really too much to stress about. However, this is a humongous upgrade for newer players heading into the game. So if you start the game and you log in for the first 15 days, you will get your hands on the SUGO Rare Kozuki Odin. Now, judging from the sprite that is listed here on day 15, this is V1 Strength Odin. You will receive that character for free when you log in on the 15th day. Now, just looking outside of that, look at how many rainbow gems you can get. That's 100, no, that's, 100, 200 rainbow gems just by logging in for 15 days. There's some goodies on day 1. There's 5 legend tickets and Kozuki Odin. If you are just starting the game, this is a fantastic way to hoard rainbow gems very quickly. Now, normally when you would start a brand new account, you would be going ahead and spending them on the recent banner that is out because you want to get your hands on the newest character. However, they've actually done some really interesting stuff with the brand new beginner SUGO Fest. You know, when you first start an account, for the first 72 hours of your account, there is a beginner head start SUGO Fest. Now, that SUGO Fest hadn't been updated in a long time and it was pretty outdated. But what they've done now is that they have made that SUGO Fest arguably better than a lot of other Super SUGO Fests that we have seen in the history of One Piece Treasure Cruise. It is fantastic, and you would definitely want to be spending your gems on that SUGO Fest to start your account. It is so good. I have the information up here on the side. I'll show it to you guys here right now. But it says on this SUGO Fest, you can see that we have Super SUGO Fest characters. You know, you got Roger on the artwork, you got Yamato and Luffy crew, which is fantastic. And then if you have a look at these steps, it says that you get a Super SUGO Fest character on the 7th pull and the 25th pull. And then on the 10th pull, you're guaranteed to get version 1 Roger. On the 15th pull, you're guaranteed to get 6+ Sai Yamato. And on the 20th pull, you're guaranteed to get Luffy crew. Like, that is just mind-boggling to think about, that if you're a new player and you are somehow able to generate up to 20 multis on this banner, I don't know if any are discounted, but if you're able to do that, to get your hands on Roger, Yamato, and Luffy crew, and I would assume that they are pullable before that step as well, just what a fantastic way to start your account. Not only to get your hands on some of those Super SUGO units, specifically Yamato and Luffy crew I think are very good to start with, but also after 15 days you get your hands on Odin as well. They've made it so accessible now to start the game, get a lot of gems, and build your account from the ground up very quickly with these amazing updates. So if you're a new player, this is a great way to start. This one was also listed here. Apparently they have powered up the Booster and Evolver Friend Point Rare Recruit. I have done quite a few multis on this just to do some tests, and from what I can personally see, it seems kind of mediocre, and while the rates for Princess Turtles have increased, it's not completely broken either. But I would say if you have these friend point pools, just spend them on this banner, get your hands on all the boosters to help you level up some of your characters, and getting friend points I don't think is going to be very difficult. But then again, with the introduction of the Bandai friend captain and the helper captain being as successful as it is, maybe getting friend points is going to be a little bit more difficult moving forward. We'll have to wait and see. But now we're going to go talk about some of the errors that have occurred since this update's release. Now, one of the ones that everyone realized immediately is that when you go and start the game and you're about to choose a friend captain for your adventure, obviously you've got all of your own captains and they will be completely okay. There's nothing wrong. Everyone has their sockets and their potential abilities. No issues there. However, once you start scrolling to some of the people on your friends list, you'll notice very quickly that your friend does not have their sockets or their active powers unlocked. None of them have their sockets unlocked, which is a very, very bizarre instance. We don't know why this is happening, but there is an error that is involving this. So for some reason, all of our friend captains now do not have their sockets. So if you don't have your own sockets ready to go, then you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But as we said, if you're using a friend captain that is your own, like the Bandai friend captain, then it's going to be completely okay. But that is obviously a huge issue that they need to resolve as soon as they possibly can. However, it doesn't end there. There is a lot more to talk about. So let's just quickly jump into some content real quick. Let's actually not do this one. Let's do another different quest. So what I wanted to talk about here is that there is a massive issue regarding characters that have captain abilities that can automatically launch their specials when a certain condition is met. Now we know with the captain ability of Marco, it says near the bottom here, it says that launches Phoenix Brand at the start of the crew's next turn when the crew has a healing buff status applied. So that should happen whenever you launch his superclass special. So with the helper captain, if we launch the superclass special here of Marco, it's going to do damage and also give us a healing buff special ability. And you can see it there down the bottom. We get that applied for 2 turns. When we enter battle 2, he doesn't launch his special ability, so that's obviously not what is meant to happen. However, if we skip the turn here and we just wait, I believe it will launch. Yeah, so that's an issue. Marco's ability should be launching right after you use the superclass special, right? Like, use the superclass special, you go to the next turn, then the special ability launches. So for some reason, there's some delay in this occurring. I don't know what the issue is. For some reason, it'll activate after 1 turn has passed, which is obviously not what should be happening. So the next issue that we're going to talk about is with King and Queen, because they're also another type of unit that can automatically launch their special once something occurs. So Queen launches his special in the following turn whenever you're given an orb boost, and King launches whenever you're given an attack boost. So if we use the switch effect here of Big Mom, we get both an attack and an orb boost, so it actually will proc both of their abilities. Now, when we end this turn, it should launch both of their special abilities, right? Right? Okay, here's Queen. But King didn't launch. So that is obviously another big problem. Now, let's actually just skip the turn and see if it's one of those things where after 1 turn has passed, then we get it to activate. Is it one of those type of situations? And there it is, yeah, so something is going wrong here. I don't really know what this problem is. This is really, really bizarre. Yeah, that should not be happening. As you can see, like, the King special should have launched when Queen launched. And that has definitely happened prior to this update. You could get that to occur, but for some reason, it's just not occurring this time around. So, yeah, this is something that really needs to be looked at. So there's yet another thing that we need to test about. Something that was really reported recently was sometimes support effects are not activating. Now, that is obviously really bizarre. So the support effect that they're specifically talking about was this situation here with this Sai Luffy that we had from the Kizuna. So if we go to our ability list, we can see our Luffy, and the support attached to him is going to be the treasure map Sanji. So that effect says that when you use a damage dealing special, it gives your Sai characters a 1.75 times orb boost for 1 turn. So it only works if you do a damage dealing special. Luffy does do damage 100 times his attack, and even the support icon in the corner is saying, hey, if you launch this special, this support effect is going to activate. So let's go ahead and launch the effect of Luffy, which it does damage, and it should launch the support effect of Sanji, but it didn't activate. So that is a little bit weird. The fact that that's, and it still has the icon in the corner, so something is preventing it from being activated, which is just super bizarre. Alright, so we're in this situation once again, and what I've done is I've just taken the same team, but instead of attaching it to Luffy, I've attached it to Katakuri instead. So I wonder if it's going to activate in this scenario here. Now, Luffy switches into the captain spot. I wonder if that is maybe the issue why it occurs. So let's launch Katakuri special and see if it activates the support at that instance. Okay, so that time it did activate, so it must be something to do with the captain swap effect, which obviously is not what should be occurring. The support should activate whether he's switching into the captain spot or not. Very, very weird scenario, but either way, those are just a very, very weird array of errors that have occurred since this update 12.1. So anyways, that is going to wrap it up for me here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.